comparison is the thief of joy. Today is Thursday in the 17th week of Ordinary Time, and we celebrate the memorial of Saints Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. Now, as we know, Jesus is a close friend with Lazarus and his sisters, Mary and Martha. In a very well-known gospel, we hear today that Martha sort of complains against her sister for sitting at the feet of Jesus rather than helping her serve and attend to chores and other duties around the house. This is one of my very favorite gospels. There's so much to be unpacked here, but I think the central message I'd like to focus on today, and perhaps you can take to prayer as you reflect on the readings for today, is that comparison is the thief of joy. It really is a tremendous temptation for us as in our fallen human nature to look at others and see that they have things that we don't, and man, that's just not fair. I think it's a thing we see in children very often, right? That's not fair. How come they get this and I don't get this? And we even do that as adults, right? We see people in marriages that we think are better than ours, in jobs that we think are better than ours, or they make so much more money, and for what? I'm smarter, I'm better, I'm this, I deserve this, I deserve that. And I think Martha has a little bit of that experience today, very human experience, right? Here she is working her tail off, I'm sure. There's no air conditioning, that's for sure, and she's sweating and toiling away, and she sees Mary just sitting there comfortable and listening at the feet of Jesus, and says, "Are you not just going to let her do that, Lord? You're just going to let her not help me at all? I mean, look at this. I'm balancing this, I'm balancing that." And Jesus says she's chosen the better option. Now, Jesus is not condemning housework as much as I might be tempted to think that, but what he's saying is that there are moments in time where we ought to drop what we're doing and really focus. For instance, when we're at the Holy Mass, we ought not to be distracted by the people that we're sitting with, what other people are wearing. I'm definitely tempted by this, maybe a lack of reverence or something that's even good intentioned like that. We can be so distracted, and choosing the better thing is to sit at the feet of Jesus, to really sit and be present with him. And so it's very important for us to remember that comparison and comparing ourselves to others and their situations and what they have and what we don't have, first and foremost, we never know the other person's heart or circumstances. As much as we think we might know because of financial or material representations of a person and how they are and how they live their life, we truly never know what they're going through. We never know what they're experiencing. There's truly no way to know. I can't tell you how many times I've encountered someone who looks like their life is perfect on the outside, and when I get to know them and they open up to me, they have this different but struggles just like I do. I'll tell one story before closing off. I was at the Our Lady of Corpus Christi bookstore once, and I didn't know the family that was there at the time. They're good friends of mine now, but at the time I was having a conversation with someone by the cash wrap, and I said, those perfect Catholic homeschool families where they just have it all together and they go to mass together all the time and they have this beautiful life and all their kids are smart and they have it all together, and this is one of those families. They're a really holy, really wonderful, really fantastic family, and the matriarch of the family comes over to me and she says, "Honey," she didn't say, "Hey, I'm one of those families, we're perfect," or anything like that. I know them now and can say they are pretty amazing, but she said, "No family is perfect. All families have struggles, all families have sins, and don't for a second think that any family that you see out there is better off than your family. Your parents did the best that they could, I'm sure." And she was absolutely right. And I'm so grateful for that perspective. So today, let us always remember, today and always, that comparison is a thief of joy. Do not compare yourself to others. You never know what someone's going through. So love one another as Jesus has loved you with that self-sacrificial love. And once that comes into play, comparison sort of flies out the window. Saints Mary, Martha, and Lazarus, pray for us. God bless you.